Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy Wellness Week, everybody. We're excited to be here with you today. We are having some friends join us. We're just waiting for our friends, and we are going to go live with a few of our friends. Very exciting things are happening. I've got two. We'll see if another one will join us here. We've got Parm, and we've got Ritik too. We're just waiting for Mike. Hey guys, how are you?
Good, how are you, Melissa?
Good, thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. We're just waiting for Mike. I'm just trying to see if Mike's on here to see, but I don't see him just yet. Hopefully when Mike joins, he will send a request to join our live. I was just telling everybody, my name is Melissa Souza, and I am the Senior Wellness Coordinator in the Athletics and Recreation Department, and that we are kicking things off for Wellness Week today with a wellness chat with two of our students, or I wanted you guys to intro yourselves and kind of tell them where you're at on your path with your Seneca journey. So whether you've just graduated or and what program you were taking, why don't you fill us in? We'll start with Ritik. Why don't you start?
For sure. Thank you so much for having me in the live session. So, good morning, everyone. My name is Ritik Sharma, and I'm the president of Seneca Swim Federation. So, I have graduated from International Business Program 4 months ago, and it has been a great journey at Seneca since I was a student until here. It has been a very amazing journey. I've learned a lot and have great opportunities to talk to the students and know about what they have been feeling, and giving our level best to do well for their advocacy as well as for their wellness. So kudos to Seneca as well as the journey that I had at Seneca. Thank you so much, Melissa, for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us. That's great. Parm?
So my name is Parm. I guess I'm your outgoing president for the Newnham Recreation Team and your SAA president. So SAA is the Student Athletic Association. So I'm in the computer security program at Seneca. I should be graduating. This is my last term, actually. I've been at Seneca for quite a while. So this is my second go around. And yeah, I've been part of the rec team for a while too. And it's just nice to be on the chat.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been with Seneca a long time too. I am a graduate of Seneca from many moons ago and been working in athletics for, I think it's been 15 years now. So our paths are similar. You guys are just starting off on your graduating journey and on to, your successful, hopefully giving you lots of success to your careers. And but mine is here. And I'm super pumped because as the Senior Wellness Coordinator, nothing brings me more joy than to talk to the students about wellness and taking good care. So today's focus, and I wanted to let everybody know why we do this, because today's focus is our Wellness Week and on promos, but we wanted to do a chat today as well and kind of get into all of our heads really, and we'll share how we've been feeling about the reopening. And there's a lot of this reopening through COVID and this anxiety, and we're all kind of waiting on bated breath to hear about what September looks like for Seneca and our students, and whether we're going to be back on campus and to full capacity or not. And so we're all kind of waiting. And in that waiting, there sometimes comes some anxiety and some stress with that. And I wanted to know, we'll start with you, Parm. Are you feeling any stress due to that, this anxiety kind of reopen? And if you do, and if you have been, how do you deal with that stress? Like, what do you do daily to combat your stress or anxieties?
Yeah, sure. I would say I'm the type of person that likes to know what's going to happen so I can kind of plan for it. And the uncertainty definitely it leads to a lot of uncertainty, right? And that leads to a little bit of anxiety of not knowing what you're going to do, especially graduating out of school, right? I'm not sure what it's going to be like going into the workforce, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if things are going to be from home or they're going to be remote. I don't think the employers know themselves either. So everyone's kind of stuck in the same boat, right? It's kind of been like this for a while now. So some things that I started doing, and I think that really helped, was as the weather got better, I think going for walks was really big, right? Just being able to go for a walk, and then you can kind of go at your own pace, listen to a music or podcast, and it kind of just, you get away from your house a little bit too, because you're kind of stuck inside all the time too. So I would say that's the biggest thing that I've been doing, is I've been trying to emphasize making sure that every single day I get at least a walk in at the minimum, if I don't do any workout or anything, but at least a walk.
Perfect. Yes, getting outside, connecting with nature is always a great wellness tool to kind of bring yourself back to a grounded space and It's a great way to kind of, you don't realize sometimes that when you're anxious or stressed, that you're kind of holding your breath, or you're doing this shallow breathing. And that they do find that once you've, immersed yourself in nature, or even just a walk outside, even if it's city bound, I think as soon as you see the greenery, our bodies just kind of relax. So walks are so beneficial for so many ways. So kudos to you. Good job. Ritik, what do you do? Are you feeling anxious or stressed with this reopening and unknown kind of territory yet again? We keep finding ourselves there. And if so, what do you do to combat your stress and anxieties?
I would say I'll echo with Param when he said life is very uncertain, and I can say that life is very, very uncertain, and it's filled with worries. And we while we plan for many things, and some things still remain out of our control. And I would say the mindset is the only key to cope up with the things, and to get out of the difficult circumstances, and confidently face those uncertainties. So I followed four of the steps. That is, focus on controlling the things that we can still handle, those though we have faced uncertainty. And after that, I would say I challenge myself to according to the needs of certainty, and then I learn to better tolerate and embrace the uncertainty, so that I can focus on the things that I can still do. And afterwards, I'll listen up to music, doing work, or whatever I feel like that can get me out of these uncertainties. I do try my level best to get those things on the path. And these are the things that can help out to have a better wellness, even though we have these sort of circumstances. And as things are opening up, I would say a lot of people are feeling much better, and that's what we all wanted due to this wellness week.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's perfect, because that's exactly what's happening, right? Is that people are just feeling anxious about, some people more than others. And that's why I wanted to talk about it today too, because some of us we're very anxious to just get things open and see our friends again and go out to restaurants and do these things and get back on campus. But some people, now that we've been home, now that we're able to, are starting to feel like, whoa, I don't know if I'm ready for this. So I've felt that. And so for myself, there's like an in-between. It's like, you just want to know what's happening so that you can plan, like Parm was saying. And then in the same time, to focus on the things you can control, as Ritik said there, because it's important that you focus on those things, because getting yourself anxious, because that's what anxiety is stressing over things in the future, right? Or things we can't control. And so to do that really doesn't serve us any purpose. So to, again, ground ourselves and to focus on the things we can control is a great, great tip. Thank you for that, Ritik. And then my last final question, I wanted to know what piece of advice would either of you give to our Seneca community to feel their very best each day?
I would say the biggest thing is to just get some movement in. It's really easy. Like, I used to be like this too, so I'm speaking from personal experience. It's really easy to just sit at home, watch Netflix, play video games and stuff. But just the simple fact that if you get up and you walk around and you take like these little steps to do things like, I left my water bottle there, I'm gonna go walk for it and stuff like that. Those kind of things go a long way to kind of making you feel good, right? Instead of making you feel like a couch potato, you can kind of justify your actions a little bit by saying that, you know what, I took a 30-minute walk, or I did this little exercise today, so I can kind of justify watching this. And that's kind of been the biggest mindset change for me too, because I would say at the start of COVID, it was super easy to just kind of be like, I have all this time, I can just do whatever I want. But then you kind of get to the point where you're like, oh, maybe this isn't so good. And the movement thing is the biggest thing, I would say. It's just try to be active and try to incorporate like little movements. It doesn't have to be big steps, but any little thing honestly goes such a long way. That's like the biggest thing, I would say.
Yeah, it's true. Like these activity trackers, right? Like our watches and things that track our steps. They're things that are on top of our workouts or our mindful movements, right? So like if we're not, the exercise and those things are sidebar, but the activity pieces is kind of what you're talking about. And those things are vital. They're very important. You don't realize how many steps or activity movement your body is taking when you're going to campus and walking back out to your car and you're going out. So the more stagnant we've been and the more in our homes we've been, the more need for that activity movement versus like that focused exercise movement. They're kind of two different things. So I like that you're talking about that, because some people find that hard, or they're, some people aren't really into exercise, or they don't want to work out. But moving, the moving is still important. That the walks, as you mentioned, or even just walking to get your water or taking the stairs when you can, those types of activity pieces are extremely important.
Yeah, they go a long way at making you
They
feel
really
good.
do. Yes, they absolutely do. Yes. Good point. Ritik, how about you? What's your tip for our Seneca community to be well?
To be well, for the tip that I want to give to Seneca, community is like focus on self-care. Self-care is the best way to control the stress, to affect your mind, and to affect many of the things that we do. Self-care means listening up to your body, and tuning up with the way that we wanted to live our life. So I would say self-care is the best thing. Set up your goals, and set up what makes you feel centered. Then brainstorm your ideas and incorporate those things in your daily life. And afterwards you can set up your goals for your life, your self-care as well as for your life. And then after 7 days, I would say evaluate and keep on doing the steps that that can help you and achieve those goals. And that's what we can do. And rest, nourish your body and nourish your mind. And that's how you can live your best life. And once you are well, from internally as well as from your mindset, I guess you can achieve everything in your life.
Yes. Yes, yours is my tip. So our tips were very similar. My tip was to do check-ins every month or so. So my thing that I do is a quote that has stuck with me for many years. And the quote is that you do basically whatever is purposeful for you and whatever makes most sense for you, that you will always go back to that. So it's doing a little check-in, and you are what you repeatedly do. So I think about that quote, and every month or so, I do a check-in. What am I repeatedly doing? And are those things serving me? So, like Parm said, checking in on like maybe the video game playing, or maybe the staying up late at night and not getting sleep in, those things, checking in on those things and going, am I doing too much of that right now? Do I need to scale back on those things a little bit to feel my very best? And some of those things for me might be that I'm not walking as much as I should, or taking my lunch break and walking away from my desk. Those are important things, just getting outside, even if it's for 10 minutes to take a deep breath. So it's checking in repeatedly to see how I'm doing and to see what I'm doing, to make sure that I'm feeling my best. So that's my big tip to our Seneca community today. And we'll wrap this up by doing a little quick promo. So I just kind of wanted to touch on our Wellness Week to everybody, let them know that from the Athletics and Rec standpoint, what we're doing, and then we're going to ask our SSF president here, Ritik, to give us what your rundown is in your schedule for your week as well. So we've got so much going on that I'm only going to mention our special guests here. So daily we have our wellness posts and lives all happening in our fitness classes, as we take on this theme of take a moment. So today's theme is take a moment, and it's for your physical health. And today we welcome Dr. Francella and Steve Kopis to do a physical and exercise benefits talk at 12:30 today. All of our special guest talks are at 12:30 throughout this week. Wednesday, we've got Sarah doing a mindful meditation and stretch. Then on Thursday, we've got our Seneca Mentor Series at 12:30. We do a spotlight on our Seneca Smile program. That is our very wildly successful mentoring program at Seneca. And then at 1:15, we're going to do a spotlight on a new program, our Seneca Wellness program, which is also a mentoring program. So we're excited about that Seneca Mentors Day. And then finally on Friday, we welcome Aramark Canada to come in, and we're going to do a little talk on smart shopping for healthy meals. So all of our students can join us live at Seneca Newnham Rec, excuse me. And you do have a chance to win a well.ca gift card, a $25 gift card at each of those lives each day. And again, as I said, we're doing a ton of other things throughout the day themed on those that were mentioned for our Wellness Week. What about you, Ritik? What are you guys up to at SSF this week?
Your calendar sounds good. So likewise from our side, for the Wellness Week, we have planned yoga classes, different sort of yoga classes for our students, so that they feel better and they can focus on the things that they want. And afterwards, as we know, this final exams are almost here, so we have planned study tips workshops for our students, so that they can focus on the things that they need to achieve, and we'll guide them through these tips workshop. And for the training certificates that we provide to the students, we are having food handling training certificates for this week, so that students can add more personal development trainings to their resumes. And that's what we have for this week. And I would say best of luck to all the students who have their final exams coming next week. And that is it from Seneca SSA.
Perfect. Wonderful. I love that it's leading up to, as I said, that busy time where students are having to study more, focus more, take care of themselves a little bit more. So we hope that both ends of ours, our friends at SSF, as well here in Athletics and Recreation, that you all take a moment this week to be mindful, to be present, to focus a little bit more on yourselves, to get outside, to maybe step away from the video games. So we've got some great tips today from both of you. I appreciate your time so very much. I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors too, still within Seneca and outside of Seneca. I know it's an exciting time for you both. Have a wonderful, wonderful wellness week and take good care. Thank you.
You too. Thank you, Melissa. Bye.
Thank you so much to all the students.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.